Welcome to the first ever episode of Outside the Box with Leon Osman, and let's just say a heavyweight Evertonian, Tony Bellew. We're back with Premier League action this weekend, and there's a couple of big fixtures, including the infamous Merseyside Derby. So lads, let's kick off there. Bit of form going into the game from Liverpool and Everton. Everton have had a 2-2 draw against Brentford. Ozzy, was that a good performance for the Blues? Good result?
Good result. Definitely good performance. I want to start by going back to him being a heavyweight. I liked
that?
I liked heavyweight.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
a heavyweight.
I was a heavyweight. Now Leon's took my place in the heavyweight rankings, and now Leon is a heavyweight. So yeah,
no, overweight that is.
No, it's heavyweight, Leon. Once you get to a certain weight, everybody's a heavyweight. And I'm sorry to tell you,
am I a heavyweight now?
You are now at that weight, Leon. You have bypassed the cruiserweight division, and you are now in the heavyweight division.
Let me get sweat on there.
Well, Tony was saying he did an hour on the cross trainer. Was that today?
Yes.
An hour on the cross trainer?
Yeah. What did you do?
As a ham and cheese toasty.
I did.
I was sweating, warming it up.
I spilled it on myself, yeah. I haven't done anything energetic for...
We are missing the gym. When we retired, we were training. Well, when he retired, he was training with me, helping push me that extra mile, as he likes to tell everybody.
Won him.
Yeah, won me the world title.
Yeah.
Won me that belt.
You're welcome.
No problem.
Was he in the gym more than you when you were training
Are
Finch?
you joking? He never went in the gym at Finch Farm. I would come in and these would be finishing. And the usuals, let's just say, would be in the gym. The likes of Sylvain Distin, pushing and pulling and jumping or whatever he could do. And then Oz would be as far away from that place as possible.
No, if I knew you were there, I'd come down at the canteen with my cup of tea and my Kit Kat. Just to see how you were doing.
Yeah, just to antagonise the tease. Yeah.
Me and Hibbo used to always like a cup of tea and a Kit Kat. So yeah, I'd come down and see how you were doing.
I just have the pleasure of seeing him in the dressing room at the very end when he's, getting a shower or I'm jumping into an ice bath. And yeah, the good old days. Yeah. But now he actually needs the gym.
Yeah, I do. Ice baths, though. We used to just marvel at what he did in the ice baths. Jeez. He'd come in.
Hard work.
He'd be up to he'd have his chin in, and in case he got it in the neck and the chins, and he'd be icing that down in the ice bath. Oh,
yeah.
It was horrible to look
at. The lads usually just get in the ice bath up to the waist, and they just obviously to give the legs.
Yeah, just the legs.
And he was skin and bones back then.
Yeah, I'm definitely not now. I mean, I can get in there and stay in there for
just
a week. Just
bringing you full circle back to the heavyweight.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
nice. Skin and bones back then.
He's just letting you know now I'm a full-blown heavyweight once again. But
hey, we both are now. You've just told me. I don't know what to be proud about that.
You should be very proud.
Thank you.
A lot of hard work has been endured and put through to get into this kind of shape, mate.
Thank you.
Do you reckon they'd let you back in Finch, get in the gym?
Oh, the best not. I wouldn't be anyone to follow at the minute, my gym routine. I do need to get back into it.
He is actually strong, believe it or not, Leon. It pushes,
I'm not sure
lifts,
I believe it.
Trust me, when he's in the gym and he's doing it, we had our group and it was me, Ozzy, Ibbo, Stubbsy, and we called it the Jailhouse Weights and Quailey. Billows was our coach. He was the head coach at Everton for how many years? And we were all trained together, all happy as Larry. And Leon was very strong, could do everything, all the movements, all the compound movements, all the strength, all the stuff like that he could do. So it amazed me that he wasn't actually doing it when he was a player. He was playing purely off his ability.
I did regret that. When I look back, I did regret that I wasn't doing a bit more in that sense that I could have. Football moved on so much and moved on so quickly that, looking back and now the likes of Leighton Baines was doing loads of stuff in the gym, and it shows you exactly why. Just core work and just making sure you can move what weight you've got as quick as you can. I was just...
Never used to always be in there doing his stretching and yoga and all
I was just sort of more of the opinion that the more I did, the more I felt tired and heavy, and I didn't want to feel like that, so I didn't do it. But you look at the benefits of it years later, and I probably should have done more. And one of the reasons I did seem strong to Tony is because I could do pull-ups, because I was quite light back then, so I could do 10 pull-ups because I wasn't pulling that much up.
Yeah, it's a bit of a
I could probably do about 3 pull-ups now.
Well, now
I've entered the heavyweight division.
Now it's kind of a tie when we do pull-ups, but it's it's athleticism and sports science has gone so much further now since we were training and fighting and playing football. It's just the importance of it is huge. Footballers are no longer just footballers, they're athletes.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you're not going to be an athlete, then you're best jumping off now, because that's what you need to be.
Well, going back to Finch Farm, do you think the atmosphere is going to be good around the lads at the moment after that 2-2 draw?
Yeah, it should be. Just the season as a whole, I think Everton have been outstanding this season. Really have. The expectation levels were to not be involved in a relegation fight this year, to progress better than last year, to be kind of mid-table. But the signings have been outstanding. Jack Grealish initially, before his injury, just gave us it just gave us a lift in terms of people that want to sign for us, quality, and the stature and the desire to come and play for us. And then the likes of Keenan Dewsbury, all after that, has grown into his role as one of the main players at the club. So off the field signings, we largely got it right. I think the transition has been not necessarily an easy one into Hill Dickinson Stadium, but I think David Moyes is the perfect man to have come back and done it, because as you're moving and things are so different and so unexpected, in one sense you've got the real security to fall back on of David Moyes' Everton, so that's worked out well, and results, especially away from home, have been brilliant. Enjoyable to watch, aren't they?
Away from home, been brilliant. I think it's been fantastic. Yes, it's been a struggle up and down at home, but ultimately, I think the squad and where he's leading them to has done really, really well. As I said, I was touching before, the likes of Keenan Dewsbury, all been a revelation, been fantastic. Jimmy Garner's been the most unsung hero in the Premier League this whole season. I think he's been absolutely phenomenal. Every single week, the lad plays. He's played right back, he's played left back, he's played centre mid, he's played parts in defence. He's been everywhere. He's creative, he scores goals, he's been fantastic, and getting that England call up, it was well overdue in my opinion.
Definitely. Outstanding. Has he got 2 caps now?
Yeah.
Equaled me already. Well done, Jimmy.
He's got years on,
He's been fantastic. All of the lads have been brilliant. I said, Jack Grealish coming through the door, it gives Evertonians, and especially the younger generation of Evertonians, my kids, I haven't really witnessed or seen anything. I haven't seen much. I'm born in 82. I mean, I know you just talk about the 85 side and stuff like that, but I was too young to realise and understand that. 95 is where football starts to mean things to me, and the FA Cup win is the most I've seen. I've seen us go around Europe. I've watched the lads in there, the Wolfsburg away nights stick with me. But ultimately, these next generation of Evertonians now, they don't know much besides pain and arty and relegation fights, and that gutters me for the kids. When Jack Grealish signs, it gives them hope. Because when a player like Jack Grealish signs, it tells everyone, lets everyone know, Everton are on the ascendancy again. And David Moyes is looking to get in better players, better calibre, younger players now. To see the likes of Dibbling, who's joined us. He's obviously got a serious amount of potential. And there's just so much on the up. We've just got to now see if we can see these last few games out. Because if we can solidify and get European football, Everton Football Club is right back amongst the big boys.
I've heard you called it character building before.
Oh, it's character building.
Oh, for sure.
Especially when your wife's a copite. When your missus is a red and she's trying to turn the 6-year-old into a copite, and you're just like, it's not happening. Look, don't start me. This could end in divorce.
That's not a fight you win that often either.
No, it's not. But I refuse to lose this one. I've never beaten in a fight before. But trust me, that's what she.
My kids, probably a couple of years after I retired, we're coming back on the train, and I got the train to and from the match with them together, and we'd been beat probably unexpectedly, and they head down on the train, and people grumbling and everything. And one of my kids, my middle kid, turned around to me and said, "This is your fault, Dad." I was like, "I've been retired 3 years, mate." And he went, "Yeah, but you'd have played for anyone else. We wouldn't be going through this right now." I was like, "I'm really sorry, son. I'm really sorry." But then character building, so I'm all right with that.
They're tough. Yeah, tough. For my kids, mate, that's exactly what I look at it as well. They enjoy it. They absolutely love the new stadium. The kids are just having the time of their lives in there. But there's no good in being in a great team if you're not going to have some kind of success. And I think, I do feel like it's going to happen. I do feel like it's there. The most important thing for me is the manager, the gaffer's backed. I think 100% in the summer, he has to be backed. And you believe in the process. I'm backing 100%. Because if you do that, it's the success around the corner.
I am a David Moyes' huge fan. Not everybody's convinced by him. Can you believe that? No.
It stuns me. And I remember arguing with people in the ground about when I was talking to people and going, we've got to get him back. For years and years and years, just before Ancelotti, he was on the verge of coming back, before other managers, and I was like, go and get David Moyes. And the people who were in control at the time just didn't want it. And it wound me up and it annoyed me. Then they went and wanted them, then they do the wrong things around them, and in and amongst it, it was just disgraceful. But the main thing is, I can't believe those people wouldn't want him now to stay. I heard some talks of someone going, I think we should have a younger manager in. And I was like, just go away, mate. Just leave me. Just don't annoy me. I'm not in the mood.
I think rightfully, and the majority of fans, this is the way I feel anyway, know that we've made so much progression this season under David Moyes. He's a good, solid pair of hands, but he's also not the same manager that I had. He's actually a little bit more relaxed. He's got even more determination to actually win something. He was furious when we got knocked out of the Cups this year. Like, gutted, and that's what you want from your manager. You want somebody who actually is living the same sort of emotions. There's no doubt he's living the same emotions as we are now when it comes to winning football matches and you know, trying to bring silverware. And that's why, bringing it all back round to your first question, that's why he's actually taken pride in where we are at the moment. We are going into the latter stages of the season, and we are in a good position for European football. I mean, results dependent. You could actually in the Champions League right now. I'm not saying we are, but I'm saying that's the position we got ourselves into. We could as well, typical Everton style, miss out on it all. Yeah. But we've got the fact that we're talking about it, the fact that we're here, the fact that I thought 6 games. The fact that going into these next 2 games, Brentford away, Liverpool at home, if you can get 4 points out of them. I think that's a really good sort of return in your quest to go up the league, because of you playing against rivals in the situation. And
6 points.
No, we very well could do.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned there was a bit of a tricky period at first at home. We had a few results which were maybe disappointing, but we have actually won the last 2, Burnley and Chelsea. And that was a 3-0, a great performance. Do you think in the derby it makes an impact that it's the first ever derby at Hill Dickinson?
What was his best answer?
Yeah. I think you want to try and treat it like every other game. You want to try and make sure you don't, overthink it and get too wrapped up in the occasion rather than the game. But just like the last game at Goodison, just like the first game at Hill Dickinson Stadium, this is the first Merseyside derby. So there is more on it, whether you want to admit it or not. There is that thought that we win the first derby in our new stadium. We wouldn't want them to win it. We want to win it. We want to have that as ours. So there is a bit more pressure, responsibility on the current set of players, but I think they're built up to take that at the minute. I think they're built up to, they've got themselves in a good position confidence-wise with performances and results. Even getting the last ditch equaliser last week shows the character is there. We did it in the last derby at Goodison Park, going into the latter stages. I mean, that was an incredible day. Wow. So yeah, I think it's a winnable game.
Tarky will forever be in my half of that day. Just like when I see Jags is very similar. He will always be in my half. Forever, never. I will never forget them moments. Jags is one. I swear on my kids, I heard that at the bar that day. I was in that.
Were you at the game? Yeah.
I was at the game. We heard it at the bar, and I celebrated me like. I just the world was. It was a great place, and then. That last one, I'll usually leave. When I was at Goodison Park, and we were always there every year, I would leave 10, 15 minutes towards the end. But the last season of Goodison Park, I stayed for every game. So I was at the end of every single game.
You were one of them fans?
Yeah, because when you get in 20 minutes before the game, and you're out 10 minutes before the game, I'm not getting caught in the traffic, and I'm going to get in and out on my own because I've got other stuff to do. And that, when Tarky hit that ball, I just said kids were staying. And just wow. It's
must be something about that shirt number and the last minute centre halves wearing number 6 in off the bar, last seconds of a Merseyside derby.
Do you know what? We were unfortunate on Saturday as well against Brentford, that if Keenan takes that chance when he's through 1-on-1, and it's a difficult chance because he's not a forward, he's not an out-and-out striker, but you're going in, you're leading 2-1 instead of going back to get it to 2-2. And I think whenever we go ahead in games, especially away from home, we know how to shut teams down. We do it really well. The whole side is very well drilled. There's no spare gaps, there's no spaces in the field, and I just think we defend so well once we've got a lead. It's really difficult for us, I feel, especially with some of the injuries and the players that we're missing at the minute, to get our teams when we go behind, and they showed on Saturday they can do it twice. So fair play.
I think it's
very, very good.
Just off the top of my head, that's 4 or 5 times we've managed to do that away from home, get last minute game deciders, whether that be a last minute winner or a last minute equaliser. We keep going to them. It's such a similar sort of feeling that we used to have when under David Moyes the first time around. That
is that down to the quality, or is it down to the tactics the manager employs? What's it down to?
I think it's the attitude that the manager sort of sets within the squad. How competitive, just coming down to simple things like how competitive training might be, and you know, the next goal is the winner. You know, you don't just decide to stop a game every single training session. There's getting back into the game or being a winner, or you know, giving the benefits and the bonus to people for doing that. So when you get there on Saturday and you're behind or you're ahead, you make sure you achieve the results. And he sort of sets that. But you're right, we've got quality within the team as well. We've strikers have slowly grown into the season. There was a lot of questions about them at the start of the season, but I think if you join their goals together, they're on 13 or 14 goals, and you know it's always been one or the other. So that's basically like mashing one striker together, and you've got double-figure goal return from your strikers. So I
thought there was other positives. Tariq George coming on, he looked really good and aggressive when he was getting forward. When he come on the pitch, he looked like he could make a difference. So I'd like to see maybe a little bit more of him before the end. I mean, Jack being injured, everyone's talking, everybody's putting speculation about, but it looks like he's going to be hopefully staying with us for next season, and that's what, you know, everyone's saying and talking. But the likes of this Tariq George, it will, if you can keep hold of players like him and the development happens and everything. I've got no problem with Everton being a stepping stone for now. We'll get back to where we're supposed to be, but if you want to come to Everton for the stepping stone, that means you've got to do really well when you're there. Otherwise, you're not stepping stone anywhere else. If you come to Everton and don't do well, you're going back to your parent club, and it's just going to end there for you. By them coming to Everton from the likes of Chelsea and going on and so forth, it just gives them an opportunity to shine. And I just think they're looking at us now and wanting to take them opportunities, and that's good for the club, that's good for us, that's good for the fans, because it just means we see more attractive football, more goals, more adventurous players. Because there's nothing worse than when some of these teams are turning up at Bramley Moore, and they just, at the Hill Dickinson, should I say, and they just don't want to know. Like, they're happy to just sit deep, and it's so hard for us to break them down at times. And I just feel like it's the way football's going now. When you're at home, it can be so negative from the team arriving at your ground. They want to quieten the crowd. They want to make the first 20 minutes as dull as possible. I mean, you've got people kicking it out from a kick-off.
Start doing that ourselves now.
I can't get my head around.
I mean, on top of the league, don't it?
Listen, our kick-off, well, to be fair, we don't kick it out. We kick it, we send it high into the air and send it into your box, which causes a little bit of a defence.
Centre-halves don't know how to deal with it.
It's hard.
Centre-halves have spent so many years now playing with one striker between two centre-halves and everything being protected in front. They're only trying to do sliding balls.
Imagine
they're not
kicking
competing.
it out, I was just saying. Just kick it in the corner.
Yeah, but that's why
It's just nuts.
That's why long throw-ins are coming back, because centre halves now were the main guys to go and compete and be dominant and go. You'd be playing centre years ago. Let's think, Shearer and Les Ferdinand were up front together for Newcastle. Imagine two centre halves in the modern generation trying to go and toe to toe with Les Ferdinand and Shearer, or Big Dunk when he went on loan to Newcastle. And Alan Shearer, two centre halves coming up with that these days. I don't care which centre halves you've got. They're not physically capable of handling those two anymore because of the way their education has gone for the last 15 years. Everything's in front. You compete running the channels. You step in. Everything's a pressing game. So I think that's where it is, and I think that style of football's coming back, and that actually might suit us with regards to we want to play that kind of football. We want to play largely exciting, entertaining. Not necessarily direct, but positive passes, not negative passes, not overly passing sideways. And that's where Arsenal is struggling at the moment as well. They're playing too many passes for the sake of it.
It just worries me that football is going more like the NFL.
I do like the NFL though.
I don't
like the NFL.
We don't want 1,000.
I'm a big fan of the NFL. I am,
and that's the only thing that worries me. I'd say it's so tactical now, and where they're going with it. Whereas just play football, just let them play. I mean, like I said, that kicking it out from the kickoff, it sends me nuts. I mean, I remember the first time I ever seen that was when Mason Holgate. We went to Anfield. It was Sam Allardyce's first game in charge. And Mason Holgate got the ball. He knocked it to him, and he just hit it as hard as he could, and it went out a yard away from the corner flag. So it was a perfectly placed ball from what he was told to do. I remember going to Finch Farm to get an ice bath a couple of days after that. What was your game, mate? I said, what? He said, Tom, just do what I was told. He just said to me, that's what you do. It's called zonal play. If the ball is in that zone of the pitch, they can't hit us. And I was like, come on, mate. Don't get me wrong, like, it was great display. That's how we got a 0-0 draw.
The mindset is true, though. As a defender, I'm just going to kick it up there and keep it right. That's why you need good defenders, but you also need players with imagination and a bit of quality and a bit of, that magic to go and be able to open the door. Like Illy at the moment. Wow.
We had the likes of ours. We had the likes of Stephen Pienaar. Bloody hell, Kevin Morales was game. He could get forward. He had a few tricks. We had so much creativity, and then we had lads who could find the pass. You guys, Barry's, people like that. Players who can find that killer pass, and I feel like we're getting there now. We've got the likes of Jimmy Garner, Keenan Dewsbury, Jack Grealish has got a bit of magic. Illy's got a bit of magic on his side. It reminds me in patches of the old team that these had, and especially in the gaffer. I you know what I said to the gaffer about a month ago. I just wish he could have had Romelu Lukaku with Hughes.
Oof.
If he had Romelu Lukaku with
bit harsh on the yak.
No, the yak.
Louis, like, if they're watching.
The yak was brilliant, and the yak scored goals for fun. But it's just the year after the gaffer goes, Romelu comes in.
I know what you're saying.
And the amount of goals and things that he scored, and I'm sick of hearing people like, all he do is score goals. That's his job. Donut. When people talk about Alfinger Haaland.
Yeah.
Erling Haaland.
Yeah, Erling's dad.
Yeah. Alfinger Haaland.
Yeah.
When they speak about Erling Haaland, when they speak about Erling Haaland, and I hear some of these pundits and they say like, yeah, but he's not very good. All he does is score goals. Where does he play again, mate? That's his
hardest
job.
Thing to do. Two most important positions probably on the pitch are centre forward and goalkeeper, because whatever they do is going to win or lose you the game. Yeah. It's going to define the game, and that's where they largely operate. So yeah, I mean, if you're a manager these days, those have got to be the first two. Talking NFL, if you're going to go into an NFL team, you need to go get yourself a quarterback.
Yeah.
If you're going into a football team, you need to get yourself a goalkeeper and a striker, and everything else can be built around them. Because you need to get a striker that knows where the goal is. Look at Igor Thiago for Brentford at the minute, a guy who is in top form. Brentford got him, but they're not overplaying football and missing out on what he does. They've gone, what is his strengths? How can we get the ball to him to show his strengths off? How can we get him the ball in the areas he's going to be dangerous? And that's now Brentford's style. Keith Andrews' style, brilliant. Well done, Keith. Get your important players and go get the. He signed Kelleher as well in the summer. Goalkeeper, centre forward. Go build your team around him.
He scored how many goals against us this season?
5.
He scored 5 goals. And I'm not gonna lie, people won't like this one I'm about to say, but I don't see him being that much better than a Beto. I think the only difference is he's super confident. He wants the ball. He demands it. And I just think a striker who's full of confidence and is scoring goals, it just falls better for him. He gets.
I think he's
chances.
got a bit. Thiago though, I think he's got a bit.
I'm not sure.
I think he's got a bit of quality.
He's a big bully.
But again, I just using him how they want to use him. Yeah, he's a bully. But as you said, what's a striker if he's not playing to his strengths and scoring goals? He holds the ball up. He brings other people into play. It's like when I used to play with Victor Anachibi in sense of you could just put the ball sort of up in his vicinity, flick one around the corner, and he's that big, strong, and had a decent first touch that actually you can play percentage football in that way. Get up, then you can trust yourself to make runs beyond him and around him, and because 9 times out of 10 the ball's going to stick. Add to that, he gets in the box with a real hunger to go and score. So yeah, I think
Beto's doing great lately. I think he's doing fantastic, and I just hope he can continue on this streak because he's more confident.
Is he only capable of sort of doing this in March onwards? Because his numbers in March and April, they're a joke. 4 goals in his last 5 games. But he did this last season. Like when he came in, he started scoring goals.
I just think it's a confidence thing with strikers. I think with strikers, if they're not confident, it shows tenfold on the pitch. Tierno Barry gets a bit of confidence. I just think Beto is a completely different player than what he was in January and February. He wants the ball. He's telling folks, give me the ball. He's got a direction. And I think that's the exact same with that Igor Thiago. I just think, but every week that boy knows he's playing. Every week he's aggressive. He's at it. I mean, he's just running, slamming into targets. I just thought, you're after it, you. You just want it when he comes to Hill Dickinson.
I love centre forwards who want to go and
just
take that
fight.
back, but keep it on the right side.
Yeah.
When you're
not dirty, but
Liam Delap's keeps borderline getting into tussles to get sent off. There's a fine line to go to. Tell you who's doing it as well at the minute. Robbie for Sunderland being big and fighting and wanting to go and enjoy that side of the game now and still scoring goals off the back of it.
Not enough players who do it, but that Thiago really specialises at it. And I think, like I said, his first touch, I mean, his finishing, I think, yeah, he's a good player, but I see similar traits in Beto. I just hope he can keep that confidence, because he's scoring goals for fun at the minute, and if he keeps confidence, and he could lead us to Europe. I genuinely believe that.
Let's hope so.
Fingers crossed.
Few big games coming up.
Well, you know, listen, who's the one forward who gives Virgil van Dijk all the problems? Every single time he plays against him, every time he just rough. And you know what it is? It's because Virgil van Dijk is the most precious centre forward in the world. It's like you can't touch him, you can't tackle him, you can't do anything. His hands are in the air. He's whinging as soon as someone shoulder barges him. He is, though, isn't he? Don't get me wrong. He's an amazing player. I'm not saying he's not. Virgil van Dijk is one of the best centre backs I've ever seen. But it's like when they play against him, they're in awe of him. You know, I remember Troy Deeney talking about him, saying he's the best centre back I ever played against. He even smelt nice. Go and welly him. Go and absolutely welly him. Go and kick him as hard as you can in the first 5 minutes and let him know you're in a fight today. And I think that's what Beto does.
He doesn't necessarily enjoy playing against Beto. No. One, because he's physical. Two, he wants to do that better. He wants to take the fight to him. Three, he doesn't always know what he's doing either, with regards to where he's running and what's happening, where the ball's going to bounce.
Is that a confidence issue?
No,
that he doesn't know what he's doing.
No, that's more of a quality issue. Understanding exactly.
Shut me down there, Leon.
Exactly where the ball's going to go. But that doesn't mean that he's not good at what he's capable of in terms of getting the ball up to him. I used to, played with a few centre forwards down there, going all the way back to Danny Cadamatri through to other ones that.
Remember the Strach?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Strach as well. Big Dennis. The ball would come up to, but you were sort of. As the ball's coming to you, you're thinking he's just going to clatter me now. He's going to clatter me, and you can't help it. I've got the ball there first. They've allowed me to have it,
doing
and
that
then
in training as well.
Mostly because they can't help it. Danny Cadamatri used to give you dead legs without meaning to. Like literally, everyone would be walking off because he's just so powerful. His thighs were huge, and his knees, I think, were sharp. I actually think his knees were sharp, and you used to get dead legs, and that's the kind of thing Beto does well. He worries centre-halves. Centre-halves might come out on top against him, but they're generally worried about getting clattered.
Yeah.
They're generally, because what he does as well, he'll go and challenge for a ball in the air quite early. Centre-half might head it, and then he'll just go and give them a whack. And then the next ball that comes up, the centre-half's thinking, he's coming again. He's coming again. And even if he doesn't, suddenly that's something in their mind, which might put them off. And maybe that's something that Beto's been doing to Virgil van Dijk lately.
Mate, I think every time I've seen him play against Liverpool, he's been really good. So I just hope that form continues. I really, really do.
Yeah, it's definitely a key battle. Moving on to Liverpool, their form's been inconsistent. I know you've watched them a couple of times through other work that you do, Ozzy. What would you say is the problem there?
I don't know. I think that even Liverpool fans had agreed it's been an underwhelming season. Expected to do another title, get another title under their belt this year. They spent an awful lot of money. One of the things is definitely their squad depth, right? They've if you look at City's bench at the weekend, and it is stacked. You look at Chelsea's, maybe not so much stacked. Arsenal stacked. Liverpool's got 3 minimum kids on the bench, and that's probably not including young Ngamoa, who's 17, but actually right on the cusp of being an important member of the first team. It's probably not including him. And they've only got a couple of injuries. Bradley, Endo, who's not really playing that much anyway. There's not many more. Leone, the centre-half, he's been a miss for them, even though we didn't see much of them.
I don't know what they've got, but mate, I know they've spent 500-600 million.
Yeah.
So how was the bench then?
Well, he put it all onto 2 or 3 players, didn't he? He brought Veer, who has done okay, but the price tag is putting a lot of weight on his shoulders that is unnecessary and unexpected. I mean, well done to the selling club, overpaying on the buying club, and I think it's sort of costly, because I'm looking at their squad now and thinking they look like they need a reinvestment.
Rebuild.
Next year. They need another £250 spent on, especially if Salah's come out and said he's going. Robertson says he's going. There's places you need to
influential figures in your team.
cover already. I think they've been I'm not trying to negatively talk about this before the derby and get look stupid next week. Just talk about Liverpool's season. They've been quite slow in possession of the ball under Klopp. They literally just ran all over you. They were so energetic and enthusiastic and so quick that actually you couldn't recover in time, or they physically wore you down, or they had that many attacks that in the end one got through. Whereas they're quite slow and they get into the final third and then probably have too many passes, which doesn't suit a team at the moment in the Premier League. You were talking before about the style of football when teams come to Hill Dickinson and when teams go away from home, they just basically sit on the edge of the box. That's not suiting Liverpool's modern style of control, not in the Premier League. And they're not having enough effort to goal. So it's not been exactly what Liverpool fans want. I mean, you'll be hearing the murmurings as well of real frustration with what they're seeing this season. So it's been...
Is everyone complicating it and just going, right, in his first season, he bought no one. He basically had Jurgen Klopp's team. And in the second season, he's tinkered with it. He's messed around, and that's his team now. And that's his team in the second season. His first season, it wasn't his. Did he bring anyone in after that? He
brought Chiesa in that first season.
I don't think he really played, did he, in that season?
No, and he didn't change much. I compare it. This is just, again, my mental thoughts, and I compare it to when Roberto Martinez joined us after Moyes' tenure of so long, and we were all very well set in our ways, and we knew exactly what we did. We were drilled, we got forward, we got back. But actually, when Roberto came in, he gave one or two players a bit of freedom. We started, so the fullbacks in particular, which meant that me as a central midfielder at the time sort of didn't get forward so much, but it actually caught other teams out because we were attacking in different ways. But we were all recovering, so our fullbacks got forward, but by God, they got back quick. Yeah. The wide men, when the fullbacks overlapped them, their wide men would Kevin Morales would run back and get back. And as the course of the season went on, obviously we had a brilliant season that season. As the course of the season went on, by the time we got to March, those sort of things within the team had started to stick. Roberto was telling Kevin Morales not to track back anymore, and he was telling other people not to track back anymore. I'd be on the pitch going, there's spaces here, get back, and Kev be going, manager just told me not to anymore. And suddenly those little things sort of stick, that actually instead of 11 men running back, now you've only got 6 men running back, and you're getting caught out a little bit. And and things aren't quite moving. The standards that you'd had are slowly slipping away, and I felt I'm just seeing similarities with Liverpool, and that's why Roberto never really recovered after that. We were never able to get back up to the same heights that we started with. I think we finished 10th and 11th the next few seasons, and he got the sack. And just look at Slot and wonder if he can actually get them back on track, seeing the same things happen, that he's allowed Liverpool to not attack as quickly and to try and be slow on the ball. And now suddenly he's trying to speed them back up again. And it's like, you've took a year slowing them down. Now it took Klopp 2 years to get them sped up.
When Bobby comes in, also a massive part is, I thought our squad was one of the fittest in the Premier League, and it always sticks with me. I think we must have had about 7 hamstrings go after about 10 weeks, and he had more hamstrings go in them few weeks than Moyes had in about 5 years, in the last 5 years, which that lets you know that, the fitness levels just aren't at the same level. The training levels isn't as intense as it was.
They weren't.
See, that's me guessing. That's
we trained off the ball with Moyes to start with. It was the first week, especially at the start, pre-season. You didn't see a ball. That started to change as he progressed. But Roberto came in and brought the ball. That was all fine. But the difference, in my opinion, was when we were training under Moyes, we trained until the fittest amongst us got exhausted, which then meant I might not be the fittest, so I'd probably fell off the cliff 10 minutes before with the end of the session and couldn't move anymore. But we kept going because we needed such a body, whoever's the fittest in the squad, to actually feel this session as well, to push and get through this session as well, which kind of brings everyone along and gets you all there. Whereas once we started getting all of those injuries, mostly the likes of James McCarthy, for instance, we would train until James McCarthy had enough, and it would be then, right, that's enough, James, you've done enough, right? And we'd kind of all stop. And that was the end of training session because he wanted to keep us. But we were sharp in that. Let's just say it was 35, 40 minutes. We did do that sharp. And we did train and we did a few sprints in there. But once that 40-minute mark came, then don't want anyone to get injured, and we'd kind of stop at that point. So
that can't happen in a game, though, can it? Because in a game, you're going to have to keep playing. Well, that's where the injuries
at that time, we did seem to stop after about 40 minutes. So maybe.
It's mad. It's just different coaches with different philosophies, different theories of how they want to set up and how they want you to play. But it just amazes me sometimes. It really does. Like I said, that's a perfect example. I've said Jurgen Klopp's team slots out for the first year. And Leon talking about there, Roberto Martinez had David Moyes' team in that first year, which he did, and the fitness levels. And it just shows you how quick, when someone gets control, they can disrupt or ruin a team. And it happened in our second year under Bobby, and it's happening now in Slot's
Roberto had a great first season. Let's take nothing away from Arne Slot. We're not sat here bashing.
No.
He's won the title in his first year, and congratulations to him, although it hurt an awful lot. Congratulations.
I didn't watch it, so I didn't even know. I didn't even know they won it. I didn't know they won it.
An awful lot. But congratulations to him. But if you're looking at, Liverpool still, the boot room all them years ago, they went from Shankly to Paisley to Bacon, right through the boot room to try and keep it as similar as possible. Whereas Jurgen Klopp to Arne Slot, German mentality and thoughts about football to the Dutch one, they're so different. Yeah. So I think you're starting to see the progression, and maybe Slot is building a Dutch-style Liverpool team.
Do you think that'll work?
No,
I'm not sure that it's built for Premier League football as it stands. I don't know. I think European football, I think it does suit them in European football.
Don't say that, please, because they're still in the Champions League. Just let's talk about this next week. I
was going to say,
I don't need that.
They've got PSG this week, so we're filming prior to that, and then obviously they've got us.
Never write them off, mate. Never write them off. Don't even whisper it. Don't even say it, because
it's at their place as well.
Trust me, anything can happen at that ground.
Yeah, let's not test fate then.
Yeah, let's just leave it be. Just leave them alone. Let's talk about it next week. Just don't do it, mate.
Been scarred too many times, haven't we?
Don't laugh at them. I was one of them.
Feeling that I'm thinking, don't
do it. I was one of them plant pots texting people at half time in Istanbul, mate. I was one of them plant pots after Messi was having a laugh at the Camp Nou, laughing at them, saying, "What are you doing? Just retire before the second leg could start." So I was one of them plant pots messaging me mates, telling them, I don't do that anymore. I'll never do it again. I'm sorry. I apologise.
Looking down the camera saying, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry.
I don't doubt you. I don't doubt you. So anything's possible at that horrible ground. So I will never doubt you again. So, just leave it at that.
I'll end on this with the Everton-Liverpool chat. A risky question. Are Everton favourites going into this game, given the form?
What do you think?
Yeah, I do. I think Everton will be odds on to win. Mm-hmm. Yep. I must say, though, a lot depends on tomorrow night. They lose tomorrow night, he could be out of a job.
Really?
Yeah.
Before the derby?
That's what worries me. I need him in the job. I need him in that job. I need him at the Hill Dickinson with that shiny head on that front row, mate.
So you're tempting fate again already.
You're
doing it already.
Just I need him there, like the Crystal Maze fellow that he is. I just need him sitting on that front row. He looks like a fellow at the Crystal Maze. Yeah, I need him sitting there on that front row, mate, at the Hill Dickinson, and then whatever happens to them. I pay very little attention to Liverpool. That was part of a debate this morning, I must say. They were talking about Rio Ingamoa, and about should he play, should he not. Listen, mate, people overcomplicate things and make it hard in football by giving all these fancy talks and this jargon that they spout. It's quite simple. If he's good enough, he's old enough. As simple as that.
I think Liverpool fans will want him in the team.
Mate, if you're good enough, you're old enough. Just let him play. Let him play.
Yeah, I think it's certain positions on the team. Yes, I think you can do that at the top end of the pitch.
You can't do it with the goalkeeper.
I think there's a lot of freedom to sort of go and do what you're going to do at the top end of the pitch, because you can take your chances, you can make your mistakes, and your mistakes won't hurt us. It gets a little bit harder as you move further back in the team.
I get that. Centre half, a goalkeeper, a central midfielder, I get it. But this kid, I've only seen the goal, didn't watch the game at all. But by looking at him, he makes a difference. He's eager, he's energetic, he's got loads of pace, he's at people. He does about 3,000 step overs in 2 seconds. It doesn't matter. If he's good enough, he's old enough, let him play. Simple as that.
That's what he's saying. With regards to favourites, I don't think it matters. People can say favourites or not favourites. This is a derby. The old adage, form goes out the window, is so true. I have actually been in teams that have been in better form and better in the league, or feeling favourites going into the game, and Liverpool still turn up, or we don't turn up, and there's been the same case either way when we've been underdogs and beat them. So it really doesn't matter as much. All that matters is who turns up on the day, who shows enough hunger, desire, who's got that look in their eye to go out and make things happen one way or the other. But through all of that, and this applies for both teams, whoever shows more quality, it will be a good fight and a battle, and there will be percentage football, getting it forward, winning second balls. But within there'll be sprinkles of quality, and whoever shows more of them will win the game.
Do you think it means they're the team and they're the squad with the superstars and the big money sign and stuff like that? Does it mean as much to them players as will it be put across to them signings that have come in for them, the big money signings of, listen, this is important, this means everything to us, this is everything to our fans?
I expect so, because there'll be people within the squad like Curtis Jones and people who've been at the team a long time, like Robertson, and even the likes of Salah and Van Dijk, who aren't from the area originally but have been here that long, that'll know the importance of the game. Just like on our side, there'll be players in our dressing room, Jimmy Garmer, Seamus, that will be saying, look, to those who are new to it, this is not just about you guys now. And this is, I say, both sides of the divide. This is about the fans. This is about the fan base. This is more than. This is about individual pride, being, able to go home happy. Then you've got the 3 points. Then you've got the quest for European football. Then you've got the fact it's the first derby in the Hill Dickinson Stadium. They'll be getting told the importance of this game, that it's more than a 3 points.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting occasion, and hopefully it's 3 points for the Toffees. There's a couple of other big games going on the weekend. Arguably one, well, for us this is the big game because we're Everton fans, but Arsenal are paying Man City a visit at the Etihad.
Big game, because Arsenal are getting criticised at the minute. Look like they're stumbling, don't they? Look like they're stumbling.
Your old mate's under a bit of fire, isn't he?
Mikel, yeah, he's done brilliant, by the way. Again, Arsenal fans, I'm hearing,
ridiculous.
I want him out because he can't seem to get them over the line, and I'm thinking when he took over, you were in disarray. You've now become this squad that you have. You're on the cusp. Yes,
you're going deep in Champions League.
Deep into the Champions League. Look like you're going to get to a semi-final. You are in pole position to get the title, albeit you have to get over the line.
It's in his hands.
Yeah.
It's in. What more can Arsenal fans ask for? It's in your hands.
The one thing that worries me about them at the minute, though, is nobody, just listening to fans, nobody seems to want Arsenal to win it. No one
wants them to battle it.
I know everyone I talk to says they want them to lose. They want City to come back and win the league, and I'm like, I get it for the fact that it to be a great story, but I don't mind someone new winning.
The only people I haven't seen say they want Arsenal to lose it was Nicky Butt and Paul Scholes.
Was they?
They were the only people I have seen say want
they
Arsenal to win.
For United.
They're saying like they wanted Arsenal to win, and I was like, every other person, and I'm talking every other football fan from different teams all around the country. When I'm working, when I'm out and about, they all hate. I don't hate Arsenal. I just think I'm none of a. I don't even hate Liverpool anymore. I'm past caring. I'm just of the basis of whoever deserves to win should win. That's it. And I don't really care. I just want to see the best team win.
I'll say if they don't win it this year, that will scar them for life. Yeah, it'll scar them if they don't win at least one of these two competitions they're in. I mean, they got close and they've actually been.
Do you think if they were made to pick, which one would they pick?
I think they picked Premier League this year.
Really?
Yeah.
They've never won the Champions League, though.
I know they haven't, but
have they ever won a European Cup?
Yes, they've won in Europe. Not the European.
They've won the Cup Winners' Cup, haven't they?
Yes, so they've won
What we've won?
European cups.
Won a European trophy, but they've never won the biggie, is what these horrible people.
No,
like
they got to the
call
final, didn't they, in 2006, 7 or 8, somewhere like that. They got to a final.
Yeah,
it would have been 8.
Barca.
You know, 2006,
they lost to Barcelona.
Yeah,
they lost that great team.
I think the goal did Lehmann get sent off early or something. I can't remember.
He did, yeah.
Something happened in that game, yeah.
But it's just,
I just think that they'd want to win the Premier League. I think having got yourself into such a good position if you don't get over the line, because they'd done well last couple of seasons, but they were always chasing. Whereas this season they got themselves out ahead. Bit like, there's another sport I'm on, like Rory did in the Masters. That was a good watch.
That was a great watch last night.
That was a good watch.
That was fantastic.
Rory getting himself ahead and then got pegged back, and you're like, whoa, he's about to lose it. He's not going to recover, but
just shows you it's never
found a way.
Over.
And I just think Arsenal might be able to do that. I think the game against City might be a good thing for them, because it's a game that is toe-to-toe. I think the pressure has been building on them a mountain, because they're playing in games they're expected to win.
Is it at the Etihad or is it at Emirates? I think it'll end up a draw.
Have you seen?
I think they'll go there to shut up shop. I think they'll go there.
I think Arsenal go on and win.
I think if Arsenal have got defensive capabilities to go and shut up shop anywhere.
I think if they go there to draw and shut up shop, they'll lose. I think they have to go and make a game of it. They can't just let City, especially with the form Cherki's
playing football with
Cherki's playing outstanding.
Playing football with them is a disaster waiting to happen.
Have you seen? It is.
Haaland's on fire at the minute. Haaland's on fire. That Gabriel and the other fella just need to be kicking him. Gabriel and Saliba just need to be giving him a kick.
Have you seen the stats of Arsenal and Man City's form in April? Yeah. I don't know the exact thing, but it's something like Arsenal and Mikel Arteta have won one game in April in 4 seasons or 5 seasons, whereas it's Manchester City's favourite month. They always win all the games in April, which... If you're an Arsenal fan, you don't want to panic again.
It's the time when there's pressure.
I think Pep came out and said it's because it's warm. His team likes it better when it's warm.
What a guy! What a guy!
Yeah, it's warm, so we just win games.
It's warm.
Yeah, we don't win in cold.
It's unbelievable. But he's as a manager, that Pep Guardiola, you just have to hold your hands up and admire, because he's rebuilt this team from scratch. Like, they had such a down period at a time where they were absolutely dreadful. Everyone was bouncing them. They were losing game after game. And he's just found a way. I don't even know how he's done it. He's just found a way to stay in and amongst it. What do they call it when golfers are in? Scrambling. It's that's what he's done.
Sometimes in football, you've got to scramble through games. And then he got to January and he thought, we're actually not far off this. So
we're in this.
For the first time I've seen him do in many occasions, he went and bought big in January, bought Semenyo and Gueye. 2 actual game changers for him.
How much of a mess up for that Liverpool back staff is that? Because he should have been the priority. How have you missed him? You know, if Arne Slot gets the sack, them 2 have to be gone as well, because they are just as culpable as him, without a shadow of a doubt. How can you leave out a centre half and you've gone and spent on 2 forwards? Because Ekitike looks like he's exceptional. He looks really good. Isaac, we know what he can do. Why do you need 2? Why do you need to go and prioritise what you need at the back? Because I actually think Mark Gay has gone so much up in my estimation.
Nice class.
I think he is one of the best players in the world, never mind the Premier League. I think he is exceptional. So calm on the ball. He's a goal threat. His defensive abilities are fantastic. His positional play, he's very rarely caught out. I just think, how have you missed him? What a player.
Surprising. Just seemed like he's going to... He had a relative value, didn't he? Because as his contract was going down, his value was sort of going down as it will do as time's going by. And Liverpool didn't want to overpay.
They've just thought, we're the big Liverpool.
Even though if he'd have been had a 3-year contract left, he'd have been worth, let's just say, 60, 70 million. And they wouldn't pay. And then Manchester City decided to pay, which for his contract left was definitely paying over the odds. But it seems worth it. and if you look at it, just buying a player, you've bought him for X amount of money. And I just think they probably got caught up with that. And City saw through it and saw the opportunity there, because he's right. He's a brilliant player that actually, if those 2 signings, him in particular, help win City the title.
Semenyo's been phenomenal as well. He hit the ground running, didn't he? He hit the ground running. He's a top player.
He is. But just last one on Gueye. If Liverpool didn't get him because they didn't want to pay over the contract price, but City do get him for that price, even though it's overpaying, it's not.
It's not overpaying.
It's definitely underpaying to win the Premier League title. I just brought him there, and I think
it's the sheer arrogance of Liverpool. I think it's like, listen, we're the big Liverpool Football Club. You'll wait for us till the end of the season. You'll wait for us. No, he won't. No, he won't. You know why he won't? Because he's got commercial value and he's a commodity, and they've seen that in him. They'll give him what he wants. He'll get everything he needs. See you later. And I think that's pure naivety. And like I said before, it's just Liverpool. Why do you think like you're special?
So who's winning the title?
I still think Arsenal will win it.
What if City win?
Oh, wow. I feel for Mikel. I like Mikel. Mikel's turned up at the odd fight of mine, so fair play to him. But I've got a lot of love for Mikel. That would be that would be a bad one.
Arsenal can't lose that game. If Arsenal lose that game,
they lose the league.
Let
me tell you,
their heads have gone, their legs have gone, everything.
If at any moment it's in City's hands, and people will argue at this moment now, it's in City's hands right now, but really it's not.
No, yeah.
I still think it's in Arsenal's hands. And even though you've got games in hand and games to play, they've played them, so they've got the points on the board. I just think it's all on that game.
Yeah, they've got to go to the Etihad and get something.
And the way Pep drives them up, and I just think they'll be at it, mate. They will be at it. But I don't think there's a better defensive unit in the Premier League than Arsenal. So when they're on it and they don't want to concede, they won't concede. It's just, as he's saying, they need to get a goal. They need to go out there and play a bit. If he does go out there to play, I think that could be the undoing of him. I think it could be an absolute hiding, because the way they're playing, the forward boys, that Doku's quality, that Cherki's quality, Haaland, the creativity is all over the pitch. Rodri's not even at a number, is playing well at the minute. He still looks like the injury's affecting him. He's a 6 out of 10 each week. And he's got rid of him now.
Bernardo Silva, who can just find the
magician.
Cherki, as I said, has stepped up. Pep sort of allowed, so he didn't trust Cherki at the start of the season, but he's just allowed him to go and get on the ball and play. Kind of plays him as a free role. He kind of at the minute just go and find yourself the ball, and he's repaying him tenfold at the minute, especially in a big moment, a big game.
I just think it all comes down to this game this weekend. And like I said, if Mikel goes there and wants a draw, I think he'll get a draw. I think they can defend. I think that Gabriel Saliba, I think Declan Rice is phenomenal. What a player. What a player. Bellows told me about him when he was at West Ham. And Bellows said to me he thinks he's the best footballer he's ever seen.
Yeah.
That's a bit harsh. I haven't worked with Dave for a number of years. A bit harsh, but okay. I'll phone him on the way home.
He said, and you know what the thing he said to me was? He said to me, you're only seeing 50% of what he's got. And I was like, behave. I said, just coaches have an affinity to players. He probably because Declan went in the gym with him and worked with him, and he was like
his biceps.
Yeah. He was first in the gym and last out. Declan Rice was probably one of them. So
David be all
David tell like that about Sil. Silman's the greatest defender the world's ever seen. Who was an amazing defender, by the way, as well. But that's what he's like. But it literally came to fruition, and it was last season at some point. I think them free kicks against Real Madrid. He slaughtered a couple of free kicks. And Bellows was saying to me, he can do everything. He can score, he can pass, he can create, he can defend. He can do the whole lot. And it was only until that game I thought, oh, something went off in my head about Bellows saying that moment all them years ago. And I thought, he weren't lying. And I just think they've got to get it over the line. They look like the really shaky ones at the moment. They look like they're suffering, they're struggling with the, I wouldn't say the nerves. I think they're struggling with the expectation. That's what I think these Arsenal players are struggling with. And I think once they get it over the line, I think if they come out of that game with a point against City, they'll see the light at the end of the tunnel. That'll be the one that gets them over the line. But if they're to get dealt with in that game, that's
big
a harsh one.
Football.
Yeah.
And we've not even spoke about Spurs.
I was going to say, that's the last fixture we'll have a little look at.
I just can't.
Going back to his old club, Brighton.
I can't see that. I just can't see them going down.
I'm
not having it. No, they're too big. And I know what you're going to say, but
how do you feel about any Spurs fans that are experiencing now for a year what we've actually been through?
And I've had them laughing at us, mate. I've had them laughing at me over the years.
Yeah.
When I go to work and work the boxing.
So we're the one fan base that can understand what they're
doing. Really resonate with Spurs fans.
Yeah, I feel for them. I do really feel for them, but I think they're going to be okay. Don't ask me why I think that. Don't ask me how I think, what belief I've got in that. I just think the Spurs are too big. I just can't. I'm not having that ground in the Championship. I'm sorry. I don't know that
I don't know if it works. I don't know if it works like that.
I know that sounds childish, and I know it's wrong to say, but
I know they didn't get as many points, but they've got a really good stadium, so you're up.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
so we're going to let the next one go. We're going to get the smaller club go down. They've got a little stadium, and you're just going to have to go.
Oh.
Do you agree with that in terms of Spurs? Are they too big to go down? I wouldn't say they're performing as well as West Ham.
They are playing some terrible football. There's no sort of fight about them. They've got to win at least 2 games, and I'm saying at least. They've got Wolves, but away from home. They've got Brighton this weekend at home, which they can get behind maybe.
That's where the problems are.
They've got Leeds at home as well, which is huge for both teams.
They're fighting them.
The thing about Spurs that worries me, from a Spurs point of view, is they've got a lot of players who like to play football. So when you come into then scrapping it, they've got players who want to get on the ball and try and find a pass. I don't know. I compare them to us. I don't know if they've got enough fighters, dogs of war, as we would call it, in terms of this is going to be ugly. This is going to be
whatever way.
Get the ball forward, kick them, jump on them, win second balls, force the ball. So
you're saying
they
need 6 points?
I think they need they're on 30 now. Yeah, I think they need at least 2 wins, right? Because West Ham are on 32, is it? As is another team. I think West Ham might
They've got a game in hand, haven't they? Spurs got a game in hand.
They're
all the same games now.
Whereas I just don't think when I'm looking at them going to Sunderland, when I'm looking at them, they'll probably play against Brighton next week and try and outplay Brighton. Whereas when you're down there, you only need one nervous pass and that play goes out the window. And I worry in terms of I don't see enough fighters. I don't see enough dogs of war. I don't see enough second ball winners that actually go, right, the chips are down here.
Shut up.
Let's fight our way through this. It's going to be no quality. We're going to hook every ball on. We're going to go win the press. We're going to go do this. I see them trying to play the way out of it, and it's hard to do when you're down there. It's hard to do when you're down there. It's hard to do when you're at the top. Never mind down there.
And he's a controversial manager. He's gonna light them up in certain ways that some of them aren't gonna like. And I think the best thing for Spurs is you've gone and said to him, he's our man for 5 years.
Yeah.
Because none of these players are going to go, listen, let's be totally honest, none of them want to go down. And financially, it's a huge hit for all of them. But when you've got a manager who's coming in like Igor Tudor, and you know, right, he's coming in as a caretaker, he'll be gone next week.
Yeah.
I'm not having him. And I just think a part of me just thinks, by giving this to Zerbi, ease your gaffer. Yeah. And listen, you better form to his ways.
You're right, but even that, contracts don't mean an awful lot these days.
No,
in terms of he might decide he's walking out on it, they might sack him. They might be an understanding in terms of that.
Possibly, but I just think they're too big of a club. They've got too much quality. I mean, how?
They do have quality. They do. One thing that again, but yes, he'll get about the pitch and fight, but he's not someone who wants to hook the ball on. He's not someone. He's one of these footballers that wants stats to be good. He's out injured. Kulusevski being out injured. That's the one thing saying about Zerbi in his first game, though. He left out Xavi Simons and he left out Tell and he left out your more imaginative floaty, and he did put sort of 3 strikers up front and more of your grafters. So maybe in the next couple of games, another week working with them and just maybe getting them, because you know when you're down, you make the pitch as small as possible and you play in areas and you try and overwhelm teams. Maybe it just might take another week's where they train, because they were really open against Sunderland. They let them play through at times. And yeah, I mean, is Romero out now? He came out the pitch in tears last week. I don't know if that was because of the season's over or what.
Do you think they go or do you think they stay?
I think they might go, you know.
Oh, no.
Who would you say goes down?
I think they might.
Well, obviously, the two that are down there at the minute, Wolves,
Burnley.
Wolves and Burnley are gone, aren't they? We've just got to look.
West Ham are in a good bit of form.
West Ham are playing really well. And I love the fan bases as well.
Leeds are having a tough time, and Forest are scrapping, but things keep going against Forest.
That owner's got a lot to answer for. That Marinax has got a lot to answer for. Because how have you let that brilliant manager do what he done with you, and then it just, what a manager he is.
Wouldn't it be sort of strange if the Wolves manager at the start of the season is now in charge of Forest?
No.
Yeah, and he had the worst record up until December in the Premier League's ever seen, and he's put him in charge of Forest. Now, Nuno, who you had, who gave you a great season, may keep West Ham
Into
up
Europe.
at your expense. That would be.
He got them into Europe.
That would
He
be
got
tough to
Nottingham
take that.
Forest into. They were playing, but and then because he doesn't conform to what you say, or mate, just leave the football. That's why people upstairs just leave it to the manager. Leave the football to the footballers. You make the club a brilliant commercial commodity. That's your job as the chairman, the owner, whatever. Leave the commercial stuff to you. Leave the football to me. That's how football should be, and it's not now. It's going more and more. Everyone dipping in and poking the toe in here. I'll do a bit of this. I'll do a bit of that. No, leave a manager to manage. Leave the people above to manage the commercial commodities of the club, to make us more attractive, to make us a bigger deal, to make us more money. That's great. Just be about football.
You want everything to be going brilliantly within your setup. You want the owners to be owners. You want the director. You want them all to do all of that. And we've had a tough couple of years, and I'm certainly not laughing at anybody or putting anybody down in terms.
We've been laughed at.
It's great not to be. It's great not to be as our club.
Telling you,
it's great not to be down there and seeing other clubs imploding or having a tough time. Not to say they're having a tough time, but just glad not to be involved, and we can actually sit back and watch the drama unfold
I
at the
watched
minute.
some lunatic play Football Manager with our club. Thought he was on football. Thought he was on Football Manager. It was unbelievable. And I just nearly ruined us, nearly killed us. But it's just, this is why you need football people in football. You look at now what's with the position our club's in. What we've endured for the last 10 years has just been chaos, absolute chaos. The revolving door of managers being sacked are a given. I mean, I think at one stage we'd spent 100 million on sacking managers. And then, everyone else is doing wrong. Let's just deduct 10 points off Everton because it's Everton, isn't it? And the Scousers, that's what we do. And then it goes on and on and on. But ultimately, you're now in a position where you see you're getting a good football manager in David Moyes, where we can be. You're getting proper businessmen who know how to run a football club in the Freakton Group. I say they own Roma, they own various organisations in America. These are a proper run business, and they know what they're doing when it comes to football, when it comes to business. Everyone now looks like they're doing the job, and you look how Everton have been transformed in the last 18 months since the buying of the club, and where we're at now. That's what it shows, when proper businessmen, proper people are given the jobs to do. You got a specific job doing this, do it. You've got your job doing this, you do it, and you'll complement each other along the way. And I feel like, at other clubs, they're suffering from what we did. That Marinakis is nuts. He's nuts. I mean, it makes me laugh sometimes. It's great seeing a passionate chairman run on the pitch and start shouting, but you can't be arguing with your manager.
Is it though?
No, it's not great to watch for you if you're part of that club. It's not. It's a nightmare.
Chairman's running on the pitch.
It's wrong. They're going in dressing rooms. You can't. I'm sorry, mate. You can't have that. A chairman can't be going into a dressing room because it just gives the wrong. It gives the wrong thing. You've been a player, imagine the chair. I mean, and he did come in every now and again, blue moon, but you knew the boss was.
Chairmans and owners, yeah. Look, that's what it is. It's about who the buck stops with you.
Yeah.
You players should always answer to the managers. There should not be a feeling that it's all right because this manager won't be here for that long because the owner or the chairman is coming on the pitch. Yeah. So I don't even need to work that hard for him anymore. Or it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
As soon as that kind of feeling comes in, there will be players out there that will buy into it and will be okay with it. So they should always be separate for me.
So you're saying if things stay the same, you think it's going to be Spurs down there?
Oh, I can't believe I've said that. But then, yeah, I'm going to have to stick with it. I'm worried for them. I'm not seeing enough fight.
We need to get a graphic up of the games remaining, and then I'll tell you.
We've got them last day of the season. We could send them down.
So they play Brighton.
We're not sending Spurs down.
Wolves away. They've got Leeds at home, Chelsea away, and then they've got us at home.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We need Europe. I need to see Leeds. For me, I think West Ham have got enough, and they've got enough fight in them. And by looking at recent results in games, watching them a little bit, I think there's enough about West Ham. I think it's between Leeds and Spurs.
And they play each other.
Yeah, that's what. So I didn't know they played each other. So yeah, it's definitely between them two. And if I'm going to put my neck on the line, I think it could be Leeds to go. How many points ahead of Leeds? I've talked about a minute. A full 3 points.
Yeah, goal differences in Spurs' favour, I think.
And where's the game at White Hart
Lane, I think, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to go with...
You can stick your neck out. Honestly, it's not that hard.
I'm going to have to go with Tottenham. Tottenham to
Oh, he's changed. He's flipped.
No, I'm going with Tottenham to stay up. Tottenham stay up.
And you think Leeds, at this moment of time, you think Leeds?
I just think the one shining light Leeds have got going for them, believe it or not, has been Dominic Calvert-Lewin this season. He's got goals. He's got important goals for them at times. And I think he's been a bright light for them at times. But I just think if it comes down to that game, I think Tottenham have got more about them than Leeds have.
Watch this space.
Well,
and that stadium can't go in the Championship, by the way.
Well, it's certainly going to be an interesting run into the end of the Premier League season. Thank you very much for watching the first episode of Outside the Box. Please follow and subscribe. And if there's somebody you think would enjoy the conversation, make sure you share it with them. From me, Leon, and Tony, ahead of the Merseyside Derby, up the Toffees.